Hey everyone, good day, Doc Jill. So I'm Jaira Miranda. I have chosen the topic RT-LAMP test kit or the reverse transcription loop-mediated isothermal amplification in detecting fasciolosis as one of the emerging trends in animal science, as it helps the industry to ease the detection of such diseases. So to begin with, let me introduce what fasciolosis is. Fasciolosis is significant parasitic disease that affect livestock, particularly the ruminants such as goat, cattle, and sheep. It caused by Fasciola hepatica, liver fluke, a parasitic worm that can infect the liver and bile duct of its host. This disease can lead to significant economic losses for farmers and pose a threat to animal health and welfare. So this image you've seen in presentation is the life cycle of a Fasciola. First, they will have an embryonated eggs. It was laid from adult Fasciola, which is adult Fasciola lay eggs and it passes through the feces of infected animals. And then eggs become embryonated in water. The eggs cannot develop any further unless they are released in a freshwater environment. If the egg end up in water, they will develop over a period of weeks. And then they will be hatched in what's called miracidia. Once embryonated, the egg hatch and release miracardia. The miracardia are free-swimming larvae that are short-lived. So para na po silang maliliit na worm which is present or free-flowing lang po sa water. And this miracidia penetrates the snail intermediate as their intermediate host. And then the miracidia must locate the penetrate yung snail na intermediate host niya, and then within few hours of hatching, they will find or they will find a snail and they will burrow into its body. And then finally, development in snail tissue. So inside nga po nung snail na host nila, yung miracidia will develop in several asexual reproductive stages, eventually producing cercaria. Free-swimming cercaria encrypt in aquatic vegetation. Kaya po mataas yung cases na magkaroon ng fasciola during the sa pagpapastol or sa pag-tether natin ng mga animals natin sa morning. Because this cercaria emerge from the snail and they will swim sa water and they will usually encrypt sa mga aquatic plants or other vegetation. And then next is the metacercaria. Yun na po yung may ingest ng mga animals natin na kapag kumain po sila ng mga vegetation or ng mga grasses sa umaga na basa, yun na yung tendency na papasok na sila at mag encrypt na po sila sa animal intestine. So, ang immature fluke po ay pumupunta sa duodenum at nagpe-penetrate sa intestinal wall and migrates through liver. Liver parenchyma to biliary ducts. The immature flux penetrate the wall ng intestine and magmamigrate po siya sa liver. Kung saan nandun po yung mga mature and adult flux and take off residue ng bile and the cycle begins. So, yun po yung fasciolosis na inuunti-unti nila um, liver or yung liver po ng animals natin. And also, yung fasciola can also has two species that can infect also the humans. So, ganun po laki yung tendency or yung pwede maging damage ng mga fasciola sa economic in terms of animal production and animal health. And then next, ito po yung mga challenges sa pagdadiagnose ng fasciola. So traditionally, nagdadiagnose po tayo ng fasciolosis gamit yung mga techniques which is fecal examination, serological tests, and imaging methods. However, yung mga approach po na to is very time-consuming and requires specialized equipment, laboratory, which is also not always provide accurate results and especially in the early stage in infection. So, ang kagandahan naman po ng fasciolosis is, or ng RT-LAMP test kit is you can go to the places which is suspect na positive po siya sa fasciolosis and then pag kumuha po kayo ng snail sample, kahit yung snail sample lang po, ay pwede nyo na siyang gamitin as subject nyo if that place has or positive in fasciola or if that stage po or that snail has mericardia or meron pong mga um, positive dun sa fasciolosis natin or sa juvenile stage ng fasciola. Since makikita po yun dun sa amplification or dun sa mangyayari na RT-LAMP test kit or sa loop amplification na gagawin po dun sa may snail DNA po natin. Ayan nga po. So, to address nga po yung limitation na traditional na pagda-diagnose ng mga fasciolosis, ito nga po, introducing our RT-LAMP test kit. So, ito po yung innovation sa pagda-diagnose at pag-utilize na technique. Ang tawag nga po ng LAMP, which means loop mediated isothermal amplification to radically and accurately detect yung presence ng fasciola hepatica. Ayan, so the RT-LAMP test kit described in the search result is a rapid, low-cost, and simple diagnostic tool for detecting fasciolosis, a parasitic infection caused by Fasciola species. So, ganito po yung itsura niya. Pero meron po tayong mga samples na nakuha din na nai-produce din po sa CLSU na inadapt din po ng TAU na some of the students were detecting fields, yung mga pasture areas po dito sa Tarlac if it would be positive po sa Fasciola through snail samples. Ayan, so RT-LAMP test kit has several advantages over a conventional diagnostic method. So it is colorimetric assay that can be easily interpreted by visual inspection without the need for specialized equipment since may kulay nga po 'to na nagre-react po siya. So colorimetric assay po yung ginagamit for them to know if it's positive or negative. So, ang sample lang po na nandito sa presentation is yung color yellow if positive and pink kapag negative. Pero yung ginagamit po yata namin is kulay green and kulay yellow. Yung kulay po niya. Kulay yellow po siya kapag po negative. I mean, positive. And then green po siya if negative. Tapos sinasubject pa po namin yun sa violet light, yung ginagamit po sa pagde-detect ng mga pera if yung parang nasa counter din po ng mga teller, yung para ma-detect yung kulay po ng pera. So, nagagamit din po siya sa pagde-detect din po sa kulay para hindi po malito yung scientist or yung naglalaboratory kung ano talaga yung kulay niya. So, pinapatay po namin yung ilaw and then sinasubject po namin siya sa violet light. And then it has fast turnover time under 1 hour, allowing for various diagnoses. So, ang natatandaan ko po, isa sa pinakamatagal lang na process is kapag gumagamit po tayo ng heat block. Around 30 minutes po yata yun sa pagpa-process. So, yun lang po, since gumagamit nga po tayo ng isothermal or isang temperature lang po yung ginagamit para ma-amplify or para ma-extract po natin yung mga DNA na present dun sa may sample natin. And then the test kit is lipopiles or freeze-dried. It can be stored at room temperature, making it suitable for the point of care and low resource setting. So, ito nga po na hindi siya madaling masira since it is lyophilized or freeze-dried po siya na kaya siyang i-store in room temperature. Pero, I think maximum of 3 months po yung storage ng test kit para po mas masabi natin na valid po yung test kit, kumbaga yung magiging result niya. Kasi tinanong ko po yung pinagkuhanan namin kay Doc Larissa po, Domingo, from CLSU, sabi po niya hanggang 3 months po yung test kit. Kumbaga para mas fresh po yung solution at mas maganda po yung validity or yung accuracy ng data na lalabas. And then it requires only a small sample, 20 microliter or nanoliter, and single pipette step, simplifying the testing workflow. The test can be quickly adapted to detect other pathogens also, including the emerging variants of SARS-CoV-2 and other infectious diseases. So, compared nga po sa PCR, yung LAMP assay ay also nag-show ng sensitivity and also yung specifically for detecting fasciola din. And yun nga po, na mas mabilis yung turnover niya, it requires very small samples and also it can detect yung other pathogen, pero kailangan po natin siyang i-subject pa sa iba or hindi po natin pwedeng gamitin yung isang test kit sa pag-detect ng pasyola sa SARS-CoV. So, magkaiba po sila ng reagent na gagamitin since magkaiba naman po yun ng DNA na hahanapin. Next, how do RT-LAMP test kit work? So, ito na po yung process. Ayan, so the key in RT-LAMP test kit, so sa una, kukuha po tayo ng sample collection. So, yung sample collection, either pwede po siya nasal swab, pwede rin po siya sa dugo, pwede po siya sa feces, and pwede nga rin po siya sa snail samples. Pwede rin po sa water, pero syempre mas mababa po yung chances na yung masasalok natin na water ay merong lumulutang na Mericidia. So, as possible, kahit po sa snails or direct po sa feces. Kung gusto po natin na early detection, dun po tayo sa snail, pero kung gusto po natin na yung detection po talaga na actual ng animals, pwede po tayong kumuha sa fecal sample nila. And then next is the RNA extraction. So the test kit employs a simple one-step RNA preparation protocol using low-cost, shelf-stable reagent to extract the RNA from the sample. So dito po nangyayari yung nagkakaroon ng tinatanggal po ulit namin, kumbaga ini-extract po namin yung DNA and then ilalagay po namin siya sa microcentrifuge kasama yung reagent. And then after po nun ay yung i-aspirate po ulit namin siya and then within some minutes, naglalagay po kami ulit ng other reagents para ma-isolate po yung or ma-extract po yung RNA na hinahanap or target ng mga test kit po natin or ng mga reagent po natin. And then next is the isothermal amplification. So the RT-LAMP assay uses a combination of reverse transcriptase and DNA polymerase withstand displacement activity to amplify the target RNA sequence under isothermal condition, typically 65 degrees Celsius. So ito po yung heat block, which is ginagamit din po siya para iset yung temperature na kailangan in the amplification or sa pagpaparami po ng RNA. And then next is the colorimetric detection. So the amplification process is coupled with colorimetric detection system where pH-sensitive dye, example is the phenol red, changes color in the presence of amplification product, allowing the visual interpretation of the result. So yun nga po na it will change po yung color ng dye natin once na na-detect po nila yung DNA na presence doon sa yung hinahanap or yung target po no test kit po natin. Ayan, so sa sensitivity naman po, so in case of RT-LAMP test kit, pag sinabi po natin yung sensitivity, it focus on detecting kung ilan yung actual na present dun na diseases, for example. So it was found to be 96.67% sensitive, and the test was even more sensitive, 90% for sample with higher amount of parasite. This means it can reliably detect the infection, especially in people with more severe cases. So, gumagamit na rin po tayo ng RT-LAMP test kit kahit po sa SARS-CoV, kahit po sa tao. So, for example, meron po tayong 96.67% na sensitivity. Ibig sabihin po nun, kung nag-detect po tayo ng 100 samples, for example, ng snail sample, ang lalabas po doon, kung tama po yung kuha niya or sensitivity ng RT-LAMP test kit will be 97 as positive. Next is the specificity. So, pag sinabi naman po natin na specificity, it tells us how good yung lab test kit natin to identify kung alin yung mga samples na walang sakit or walang presence ng RNA na hinahanap natin. So, 97% po yung or 100% po yung specificity nung test kit natin if it is also subjected to 15 other viruses. Kung virus naman po yung hinahanap, for example, is yung COVID. And then kapagka naman in terms po ng fasciolosis, 97% po yung specificity niya. And then for practical application and field validation, so yung RTLM test kit has been extensively evaluated din po sa mga field setting at nagde-demonstrate din naman po siya ng effectiveness in diagnosing yung mga fasciolosis in livestock. So may mga study nga po na nagsasabi na easily na i-implement ng mga veterinarians and farmers, especially in remote areas kapagka kulang po sila ng mga equipment at kulang din po sila ng mga highly trained personnel. So yung rapid and accurate result naman po is provided din naman at na-reach din po siya ng RT-LAMP test kit. So yun po yung practical application na in economic implication, yung RT-LAMP test kit po offers a cost-effective diagnostic solution since hindi na po kayo bibili ng PCR or ng something na kailangan nyo pang magpatayo ng laboratory. So test kit po siya, mas madali po siyang bitbitin, and also it provides rapid and accurate diagnosis. So hindi na kayo mag-aantay ng mahabang panahon. It will take 1.5 hour to detect lang po. And then the test can lead to early treatment invention. So, unlike po ng mga fecal sample, for example, kapag fecal po kasi ibig sabihin nun meron ng mga matured na fasciola dun sa loob ng katawan ng goat natin. Pero ang kagandahan po nitong test kit, pwede po natin ilabas siya. And then, i-detect na po natin agad yung mga, kahit kung lugar pa lang po yung gusto nating malaman. Kumbaga, mag-random pick lang po tayo dun sa pasture area and then makikita na po natin if that pasture area is positive or negative po siya sa fasciolosis. And then, at that early stage, pwede na po natin i-declare or sabihin sa mga farmer na, ay, ito po yung safe zone for you to pasture your goats or your sheep sa umaga para hindi po sila magkaroon or ma-infect ng fasciola. So, yun po yung kagandahan din no test kit natin. And then, the ability of RT-LAMP test kit to detect fasciola infection as early stage and prevent development of drug resistance by enabling target treatment, which essential for sustainable parasitic control in the livestock. Yun nga po, so at the early stage, hindi nakikita na natin agad, so hindi na natin kailangan pa ulit magbigay ng mga parasitic or ng mga anti-parasite na gamot, and also, it helps the animals also not to develop yung drug resistance. And also, it will save us from the cost din po and the labor. And finally, for the conclusion, in conclusion, the RT-LAMP test kit in fasciola represent a significant advantage in diagnosis and management of parasitic diseases. Its ability to rapidly and accurately detect the presence of Fasciola hepatica combined with simplicity, portability, and cost-effectiveness make it valuable tool in animal scientists, veterinarian, and livestock procedure. As we move forward, the continued development and adaptation in this innovation diagnostic technology will play a crucial role in enhancing our understanding of fasciolosis, improving the animal health and welfare, and ultimately contributing to the sustainability and profitability of the livestock industry. So yun nga po na um, very simple, very portable, and cost-effective po yung test kit natin. Kaya, I think it is one of the emerging trends in animal science, which also helps the industry since it is also freeze-dried, kaya mas madali po siyang i-handle and it can be stored in a room environment. So, this innovation helps yung mga veterinarian and animal scientists and animal researchers for them to know much more in detecting these diseases in the very easy way. Unlike po sa dadalhin pa po natin sila sa laboratory, EPPCR, or something na ibang process pa po yung gagawin. So, nakita rin naman po natin 7% yung sensitivity and um, yung sensitivity or yung action po nung test kit natin. So, I think that's all for today. So this is my last po. So thank you for listening. I hope you enjoy and you learn something po for today. Thank you.